Ruminating, a title face approach for a first Cara appearance on my channel. Today is Wednesday, 17 June 2026, and here I, Tanis, she, her, hers of Seattle, contemplate a video title face approach for a first in-person Cara appearance on my channel, including in my discussion a collectible ticket from a movie I attended in person solo in a movie theater in 2017 when I was living in Albany, California. So this topic in general still feels scary. So I've decided on an example with a semi-common to common name, Cara. I say Cara and Clara. So Cara with a L after the C. That makes it more common. So this is an example with a semi-common to common name, invoking someone I have not yet met in person who is notable, Cara Delevingne, and who I have mentioned on this channel before and included in face form in frame with mine previously. Video linked below. This is a reality check approach to face name pairings. So my movie-going professional angle is for why I've chosen Cara as opposed to because there's two people on face forms on the collectible ticket. Hers is the bigger face portrayal on the collectible ticket. So I covered this back in and grab my handy dandy storage place for this particular item, a backpack. Yes. And I covered it in July 2025, and they actually made a film adaptation of this book. I didn't see it in theaters, but London Fields. And Cara Delevingne was actually in that movie. And so here she is. So I've included this before. So in that sense, Cara has been in frame, the face of Cara Delevingne. So there's her face and there's the other person's face, which is a little bit smaller, and I've talked about the other person on this channel before, so this is her time to shine, you know. So this is Cara Delevingne on the collectible ticket, and this is for Valerian and the City of a Thousand Planets that I saw solo, and back in it has the name of the theater or a designation for the theater in Berkeley, California, and I was living in Albany, California at the time, and so I was like, this is a good one for picking in the sense of if she's famous, she's a supermodel, she's an actress, can she sing? I think she can sing. So there's a little, and she's notable, and so it's like, instead of like going the just like, for an example, I guess I'm trying to like conform to a hierarchy or kind of, and so like she's notable, so she like maybe she would, if like especially like maybe she would want to be in a video, or if she were in a video, she's somebody who might not shy away from being in a video at face or title level. So kind of finding the right person for the video, but then also thinking about for so an indicator is like, how to say, maybe she's after fame or eternal glory, and could my channel bring that to the person? So like I those who've been around with my channel a little bit know that there are some people who like might flare up if their face is in a video, even though they're okay with it at the time. They kind of have a change of heart later. And I was like, maybe it's an indicator, perhaps, that they're not after fame or eternal glory, and even if, and maybe they are, but they're just not a natural. Right, so a natural might know how to take it kind of in stride, and let's say the social world changed or whatever, and they're like, well, that I still want that name title spot, or thumbnail spot, so I'm gonna take it in stride and keep kind of going forward. So that might be more of a natural approach. And I don't struggle with it. I haven't asked people to remove my like pictures of me or videos of me from social media. Like maybe, so if I'm adopted, my dad is big deal Hollywood director, you know, I do have a Papa Gillespie, right? Maybe partially maybe I'm a little bit of a natural in that sense, and I haven't taken that into account before. So then also being like, taking that into account, being perhaps like treading kind of carefully with how to title, so like taking a little bit more extra care for if the person is in the video and their face, and especially if they're in a thumbnail, right? Because of the nature of my channel and being about me living my life, sharing it when I can, it's a channel about me, making sure that like the person is properly contextualized at face level, if that makes sense. And so it doesn't feel like I'm absent, if that makes sense. And then bringing up the ticket here as kind of a layering means in terms of like, yes, it's not the actual person's like actual person in like face form, in physical form, but it has been in a video, and then like this is the counted year 2, you know, kind of thing, or was it more? But like for at least the linked video, I intend to link in this video. All right, there's history there, so then adding in somebody whose face has already been on the channel in some form and even in frame with me could help like visually prepare my audience on some level for the person's face incoming, or the person incoming, including their face, if that makes sense. Is kind of, instead of like rushing it or kind of like being really abrupt, kind of like easing them into the channel. Try like be like, I feed critters and be like trying to create a healthy ecosystem where they feel welcomed, and not like they're here and then they're gone and it's over in an instant. And just kind of like, no, maybe there's some build up to them being here, so that when they show up, you know, they feel perhaps a little bit more comfortable, right? I don't want them to feel unwelcome or anything like that. So really trying to be cognizant of including them, and that I'm hosting them on the channel if nothing else. So if we were at the movie theater, we might be like, and we ran into each other and there was a video, like I'm gonna put it on video on my channel while they're we're both there and we just kind of run into each other, so we're not really hosting. The video is still me hosting them on my channel. So in that sense, perhaps being a little bit considerate of like, let's say I include a bunch of people and a bunch of names, they're like their face in a video, maybe at thumbnail level, and then like in the title of the video, then also being like, if I feel like it's not right, maybe like instead of just treating it as like a YouTube and video and kind of like fame angle, going to some of my hosting and being like putting it through like a hosting filter, and I'm like, what can I identify what that feel is and what that might correspond to in hosting. So I think in talking through this hosting, I'm hosting a person when I include them in a video. So maybe that's part of why this is still scary, is it's like, I'm a living, breathing organism, and so are they, and I want them to do well, like, and I want to do well, and I like that kind of thing, have it be a positive experience. So there we go. And so in addition to, you know, the collectible ticket, so faces in frame together, putting Cara in the title of this video, so the name's not completely new either, is it allows the person, a lot of people really want to be first or like brand new, and I'm like, the catch about that is sometimes it can be a little bit off-putting. So if I put it like, they still get that first of they're that Cara with that name and that title, but if I've already covered the name Cara in the title level, it might take off some of that, like those jitters or kind of no, initial reflex of no. So that's been kind of reduced. So there's not any like snap bad might be what it's called, which isn't necessarily, I would say, of the bads, snap bad isn't necessarily a bad thing. That'll happen anyway for their first appearance, should they come to appear. So just kind of like fine-tuning it so that they kind of get their own unique place on this channel. So there we go. That's Ruminating, a title face approach for a first Cara appearance on my channel.